Big Smoke, why don't you like the X-Men movies?
Oh, no. That's a totally different scenario. That's apples to freaking, salamanders. Because for me, it's like this.
With what you just said, just instantly made me realize that it would be no semblance of a normal life for anybody.
I would just love to sit here and eat my hamburger and watch someone else do the hard thing and possibly go to jail for the rest of his life. But maybe I'm the only one close enough, near enough with the
tools and the capability to do so.
It has to be me.
Hey there, Midnighters and Moonlighters. This is your closer-in-chief for the check-in. Management would like me to remind everyone that acts of heroism are no longer considered reasonable grounds for a workers' comp claim, and that any actions taken beyond observing and reporting may constitute a breach of our moral initiative standards. So, if you're planning to act in defense of yourself or another, make sure to have the proper forms filled out and submitted at least 3 business days in advance. And hey, if you've ever stood back and watched because it wasn't your problem, only to have it come back and bite you in the ass, hit those like and subscribe buttons. This one's for you. Welcome to Nightwatch, everybody. I am your closer-in-chief here with the rest of the Nightwatch crew. Big Smoke.
Hello.
Jolly Green.
Hello.
And Tech.
Hello.
How you boys doing today?
Good.
We're good.
I'm chilling. I'm on my second Red Bull right now. I'm chilling.
I found a train in your neighbor's trash.
A train?
Why are you going through the trash?
It was out.
That doesn't explain it. I have questions now.
Was it a big train, small train?
No, it was like
train?
a little toy train. Yeah, like a little model train. In the package, good to go.
Like a die-cast one? Or
yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, and it was just in the trash, and he has a couple other things, and I'm waiting for the moon to come out, and I'm gonna snag the rest.
What in the actual ass crack? Dude!
I come from a long line of junk pickers, and I can't.
Yeah, we've actually discussed this before.
I legit can't help myself. It's in my blood.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
But
No.
No. I'm gonna justify
I'm trying to remember
that.
if that conversation actually survived the editing floor.
I don't know.
What
No.
we talked about. No.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he used to work with for a company with his dad about.
No, my dad worked with a company with his dad, and it was. And we would pick up scrap and stuff. We tear down buildings. You'd like the mantle place, old looking.
Yeah,
we would take that out, and then we would resell that to people and whatnot. And then
okay.
demolition the whole building, and we get paid for that and stuff. And
Yeah. But yeah, so it's and we were talking about recycling, repurposing, and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that we had a bigger topic that we were discussing, and got way too off tangent for way too long.
Cut that episode to crap. It was.
I've never heard it.
I want to say that would have been real early, like 4th or 5th episode, maybe.
lost on the chopping block.
It happens,
It's on the editing floor.
But yeah, so there's such a bad connotation. Obviously, you don't want to go through somebody's private property in their trash can while it's in front of their house.
It wasn't in their trash can. It was on the side.
But if it's on the curb, it's public domain.
If it's on the curb.
Yeah.
And big trash pickup's coming up soon, here in a couple of days.
I know.
Wait, what was that? You made the sound as if it wasn't on the curb. You're like,
Was it on their porch?
It was on their. Yeah, I went in their house and was like,
Jolly Green, are you actually 3 raccoons in a trench coat?
minus the trench coat.
See, here's where everybody's doing we need to do the cut that shit. Don't say that shit. Don't.
No, and then hear little chitters coming from, and then
You sounded like a dumpster diver.
He's an admitted pro dumpster diver.
I mean,
reduce, reuse, recycle, man.
There was a trash pickup up where I live, and I seen it was like a crumb trail. Pokemon card here, and I'm like, what? And it led to the trash.
Are you sure someone didn't just steal Pokemon cards and you just took some Pokemon cards?
I might have. I reached over the huge dumpster. It was like a big one, like a truck brings in and drops off, and I reached over and looked in. Binders and Pokemon cards everywhere. I was like, hold on. It just dumped into it, and everybody was like, what the fuck is he doing? I was like, I got it.
I mean, not gonna lie, I probably did the same thing.
I mean, yeah, that many
Absolutely
Pokemon cards, just volume alone would get you
every single one of them. I picked through that entire thing.
Yeah. Did you find anything like really good that stood out? Any like first generation run Charizards? Any shiny Pikachus?
He's sitting here. Do you really think he found anything like that?
I mean,
I did have
to be fair, I'm sitting.
$100 golden Pikachu card, which is gone now.
Means absolutely nothing to me. Nothing.
See,
Oh, that's right. You don't partake in that
I
next mode.
do
he does
not.
not.
see, there is a
Gotcha.
market out there for people that buy and sell trading cards. And
First gens are crazy.
I'm aware of the trend. What I'm saying is, you motherfuckers sound like goofballs to me right now.
That's big
Miss
money.
me with it.
Okay, listen, the first
what, just
gen,
because he grabbed it out of a dumpster?
some of
That
them
was-
cards,
Then he stopped all production to jump in.
Like I said, I would have did the same.
single card, first gen, some of them are worth $500.
How many of those have you come across?
I had 3 at one point.
You still have them now?
Nice. No, dude.
Not anything cool. Like,
So then
not like a Blastoids.
So then no.
Or
No.
No, but he has them. He was,
Yes.
Okay,
And
I was assuming.
I'm not disputing that, but he doesn't have anything that is
I was assuming he had-
monetarily great.
Well, is that what you're saying? You don't have any of the $100 card or $500 cards? Or?
I did have a $100 card, but it went missing whenever I moved out and separated from
So not important.
last one.
It's still sad nonetheless.
Best
It
believe
is
if I had
extremely sad.
anything worth $100, Big Smoke is not losing track of it.
It's kind of hard when you get forcefully.
I don't give
Put
a
it somewhere.
shit. Don't care. You lost $100. That's.
He didn't have a choice in the matter.
Couldn't do anything.
I'm gonna say, in a very real sense, I sympathize.
But you have
Don't
to
give
go,
a fuck. $100. $100.
but you have to go to work tomorrow. That's what he keeps saying.
Yes.
You
But
gotta
it's-
go to work.
Big Smoke, I'm shocked and appalled.
At.
Our audience.
Yeah, I've already got enemies.
But go on.
But they only give you shit to you.
Yeah.
They don't, they're not
look,
hopping in our comments and letting us know or letting me know.
yeah, I mean-
Well, I will say,
Hello, my nemesis. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Quit calling me through your husband. So, yeah, just like, comment, and subscribe. I don't care that you hate me.
now I will say, Anthony has been very verbose in our comments, and I've been
Yes.
very appreciative of it.
Anthony has been very vocal about our situation.
Hi, Steffi.
It's Steffi, my sister. Fawn, my sister. How are you two guys doing?
I'm going to revoke your interruption card.
Oh, no.
Very quickly.
I was told that I have to.
I understand, but you wait for the opening. You don't cut him off mid-sentence.
I mean, I could jump in now. Cut you off.
It's you told just before this started. You said to cut you guys off.
Yes, but he loses track very quickly and easily. So if I don't cut you off now to get him back on topic, he's just going to keep floating.
All right, Chief. What do you want me to do?
We're acknowledging comments, then we'll do our shout-outs. I swear to God, I have to start writing out a schedule for some of this shit.
Put it on the billboard with a pointer.
Yeah, I mean, is it all just in my head? Is
No,
that
like I
what
said,
it
you
is?
need to put it on the break room wall. We sent you 6 emails on this. You need to read your email.
I do. To be fair, I have 3 different emails.
See?
This is working out so well. I love it.
All right. So, quick little deep breath, reset.
Woosah.
Woosah.
I didn't go anywhere. Why do I need to reset?
Said I'm.
I think you need to reset, Chief. I think that's
What I'm doing.
okay. One
Well,
thing.
then
You,
breathe.
one thing you can see. One thing you can touch. One thing you can hear.
All right. So Anthony was in the comments being very, very verbose, and actually driving up engagement. I've been very appreciative of that, and he's
Yes.
made a lot of good points. Big Smoke, why don't you like the X-Men movies?
Okay. Me and Anthony went back and forth about this exact subject right before I got here. Actually, I did not like X-Men 1. Wolverine was too damn tall. I mean, I wasn't used to Hugh Jackman being this 6 foot tall. Number 2, he was skinny as hell.
Yeah, you said
He
both
was,
those.
he was a skin and bones Wolverine. And apparently I wasn't the only guy in the comments section about X-Men 1, because X-Men 2, suddenly this dude was like 20 pounds of extra muscle and steroided to the max. He looked good. So he was all buffed out. So people ignored the fact that he was taller than everybody else in the room. I did not like X-Men 2 because for me, X-Men 2 ended the minute that Nightcrawler got shot at the end of the first 15 minutes. That was my favorite part of X-Men 2. When Nightcrawler attacked the White House and beat up all the Secret Service men, nearly killed the president.
Nightcrawler didn't die until...
No, I'm saying Nightcrawler was it. That was the best part of the movie.
Oh,
the
okay.
first 10, 15 minutes
That
of the
was
movie.
a really good scene.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, great opening.
he was all over that room beating the crap out of everybody. I thought that was the greatest part. X-Men First Class, the reboot, sorta.
Now, I will admit, I have not seen any of the First Class and any of the newer trilogies.
I'm pretty sure they are all on Hulu now.
Yeah, I mean, it's on my list to watch.
You
I
got a lot of catching up to do. Anyway,
I fell off the superhero bandwagon a while back. Okay, I've admitted as much, but
yeah, I'm not knocking you for that. I'm just saying these are the things I had a problem with. I mean,
but I've heard that the newer trilogy were mixed reviews. But for the people that liked it, they said that it was phenomenal.
Yeah, okay. See, because X-Men, like anything else that's been going on for more than 10 years, has been revamped, recon, redcon, or whatever the hell you want to do it. Original people who've been reading it from the beginning, like myself, are kind of pissed off that you kill someone like Darwin. Darwin is literally unkillable.
Right. Yeah, but that's kind of his
him, and they nerfed the hell out of him, and they killed him so easy, like he was nothing. You shouldn't have been able to kill Darwin.
Right.
Because his adaptation literally means anything that poses a threat, his X gene reacts to it immediately, and you really can't kill him.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, in one of the comics, I think it was Hulk was going up against him, and his mutant ability just gave him a teleport and kicked him off the planet.
Yeah, just got him out of there. There's no way you're gonna face the Hulk. It's like, so
because I think it was World Breaker Hulk.
Yeah, he just got him out of there. It's like, okay, this is an unwinnable situation. Let's just survive.
Yeah. Well, Tech, Jolly, what did you guys think of the X-Men movies?
I'm in the same boat as you. I stopped after the original, I think, 3 movies.
After Dark Phoenix and...
Yeah. I think I barely made it through even Dark Phoenix. And it's not even due to lack of interest. Like, I like the whole concept of the X-Men and the mutants. I mean, I just think I just stopped watching the films.
I mean, we were kind of going through some superhero fatigue whenever it was, Marvel was gearing up for the Avengers movies.
Extremely saturated.
Yeah, DC was trying to keep up and pumping out their terrible movies at the time.
I don't know.
What else released around the time of Dark Phoenix? That could explain why I did not.
I'd have to check dates. But
there you go, fact checker. No, look, I don't know if it's fatigue. I think it's mostly because they didn't come up with interesting stuff. I mean, what is that? The Externals or whatever the hell you call them?
The Eternals.
Eternal. I didn't. That shit was. You missed me with that. That was some bullshit. I didn't like that at all.
Externals.
Well, X3 came out in 2006, so we were still in high school. Well, just starting high school.
That would be probably why I didn't.
And then there
was other things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the Wolverine movies. They just got away from X-Men and just went straight to Wolverine.
Yeah,
because that was a cash grab. Anything you put Hugh Jackman in, even if it was garbage, it was still going to make money.
All right, X-Men Origins Wolverine. What did you guys think of it?
I honestly liked it.
Jolly?
Which one was that?
That was the one that was just about Wolverine. It started off.
He died at the end.
No, he didn't die. That was
Logan. It's the one with the fake Deadpool.
Yeah, it was the first time Ryan Reynolds played Deadpool, but it was the terrible version of Deadpool.
It was all right. Wasn't the best, but it was all right.
Big Smoke?
No, I didn't like it.
That's the first time you've seen Gambit in the films, and I love Gambit.
Okay.
Gambit?
They barely had Gambit in it.
Yeah, he was in there for 2.2 seconds, and then flew that plane in, and then
his playtime was like maybe 7 minutes to the entire movie.
Was he in?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, look,
he was.
You got that confused, like you don't even remember.
For the littlest amount of time, though. Yeah.
Limited.
Would it made it better if he was in there and went into the facility with him and help him take down?
No.
Okay.
Gambit by his very nature, he was a seducer, and he was a very high stakes thief and a gambler. He wasn't going to go running headlong into.
There was nothing in it for him if he did.
He was very selfish. He was not going to do that shit. I mean, the only thing he ever took a backstage to was Rogue, simping for a woman he couldn't even touch. This dude was like Mac Daddy Extreme. He gets simped by some overpowered. that southern drawl is very sexy. But come on, dude, you can't touch this chick and you're gonna simp yourself for this woman. Miss me entirely.
I mean, so many people, get real attached to that whole, wanting what you can't have thing. So it's
I'm sorry, dude.
I mean, it is a thing.
I don't care how curvy she is. You're doing all that crap for this woman, and nothing. There's no satisfaction, no gratification. There's only so much time in the shower that you can, you can't. It doesn't go away.
Well, didn't they eventually in the comics hook up for a little while? Didn't she get some like semblance of control of her abilities for
I don't
a
think
while?
she got it herself.
No, it's Magneto that she was getting it from. A reincarnated version of Magneto, even.
That was briefly, yeah, but I'm talking about
briefly enough for her to get pregnant, and that's all you got to say about that. He got them cheeks, and Gambit is sitting there with his hand in his. Never mind. Gambit
did help.
didn't get any.
Yeah, they got so Rogue and Gambit. They got married.
Really?
They officially married in the comics in 2018 and remained a devoted, happily married couple in the main Marvel universe.
I must have stopped reading at that point because I do not remember that happening. That must have been one of the many remakes of the remake of the remake.
It did help that movie's chances, though, that I was playing the game from the movie at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I played the original X-Men game that you could only play one way. They only gave you a certain amount of characters to play.
Yeah.
Talk about the old 2D side scroller, arcade style one.
Very, very old 2D arcade style. I think it was either on the NES or the PlayStation 1.
NES, I believe.
I think it was Sega, actually.
Was it Sega?
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was that old. I mean, you could play Cyclops for like one bit of it.
Yeah, because it was based off an arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could only play it like one way.
So it would have been pre-PlayStation.
And it wasn't
on the Super Nintendo.
And you could only win with one character. You couldn't win with any of the other characters. Like I used to love Wolverine, and you try to fight Magneto with Wolverine, and you'd lose it every single time. But you could win it if you played it. I think it was Cyclops, because you could actually shoot at angles and actually hit. Freaking, and then of course at the very end, of course you have this one, not even a playable scene. It's just a dialogue scene between Xavier and freaking Magneto, and how we must live with the humans and not try to destroy them. I'm tired of that crap. If I was a mutant and I was like on Magneto's side, I'm like, okay, why are we putting all of our people on this one little island where they could just simply nuke us from orbit? Why are we doing that? We should be.
Well, I mean, they had so many mutants that probably could have stopped a nuke. I mean, Magneto alone could have just fucking hand-waved away and he got a missile that was launched that way.
Some of the mutants that Magneto had on his side, you wouldn't even need to do that. You would simply just go to every major office in every major city and just start cutting throats. Just start cutting throats. That's all you had to do. They had that one guy, he was basically a living plague. Put that sucker in the middle of Moscow, everybody's dead. Solved. Problem solved.
With what you just said, just instantly made me realize that it would be no semblance of a normal life for anybody.
If there was mutants and
Especially if it was at that, but that's the thing, if it was at that level, what he just said, what Big Smoke just said would be what would happen.
Well, yeah, but so that's why they in the series there were so many anti-mutant movements. Why the government agencies got together and built the Sentinel program.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no, I get that, but what I'm saying is
they would be dead before that would come to problem.
That would be someone would wake up one day and just be like, fuck it, and just go and do it. There'd be no prelude to that. There'd be no evil villain monologue. Just motherfucker wake up and be like, yep, everyone's dead today. That's what I mean by there'd be no semblance of normal life.
Yeah. Me and Techies gonna get along.
Well, and that's why you have the more heroic figures to balance it out that are able to counter and stop that, because you got guys like Professor Xavier who'd be able to just tap into that dude's
who seem to be in a coma in every damn movie.
Yet the bad guy still gets to start their plot, even though he can think of that.
Well, there's got to be.
I mean, except for Magneto, you're telling me he couldn't stop or prevent most of what's happening?
Well, okay, so first there's the ethical implication that Professor X didn't want to ever force his will on somebody and take away somebody else's free will. That was a big thing with him. And two, there's got to be plot, otherwise the story doesn't move forward.
But then he's not a hero.
Entertaining.
But then he's not a hero.
What do you mean?
If he has the ability to potentially stop a major catastrophe by imposing his will, as you said, and he chooses not to, he made a choice, he is not a hero.
Ooh.
The only argument that you made that I don't have anything for is, yes, it's for plot. Other than that, he's not a hero.
So, did you ever watch the movie Bruce Almighty?
Yes.
So, remember when even God said, he doesn't fuck with free will. That's kind of the whole shtick. Everybody has their thing, right? So it's a morally good thing to not take away somebody's free will. You give them the choice and the decision to, whether to do good or bad. And if they choose to do bad, then you stop them. There has been times where Professor X has had to, jump in and be like, all right, I'm just going to shut down your entire nervous system. Sorry, bro, you're paralyzed now. And he did solve that problem. But he always gave them the choice to not do evil things.
Okay, the choice of let's paralyze the bad guy, or think that the bad guy is going to, not do this and commit genocide. Even if one life is lost, you're still in the wrong.
Well, look at it from the perspective of every...
That was me.
Look at it from the perspective of every other superhero, movie or franchise or storytelling, where it's always, the world government sees the good guys using their extreme abilities and realizes, oh, you can do that to these bad guys. That means you could do that to us. And then that paints them as the bad guy. So, there's been plenty of times where Professor X has been labeled the bad guy, even though he's the guy leading all the good guys.
I don't disagree with that. My stance is quite literally, he's not a good guy.
Okay, like in Logan, when he was having his little epileptic seizures and whatnot, he was basically psychically entire city blocks with his seizures. Logan should have put freaking spikes right through his head at that moment, because he's basically the only one who could move during these seizures that he was having. And he was killing people with these seizures.
Yeah.
Logan should have killed him. That keeping that cat alive after all that bullshit, you should have just put them claws right through his head, ended the problem.
Well, I mean, the Logan storyline, playing off of the Old Man Logan comic series, that was like, darkest universe, worst case scenario turnout. I mean, there was a lot of fucked up things happening now.
Yeah, honestly, that was probably one of the better series, except for the fact that you're dragging this neutron bomb hidden in the head of some old man who couldn't control his powers.
Well, I mean, how many times did Wolverine go off the leash and
doesn't
go into some kind of berserker rage and kill innocent people and shit like that? It's
even when he took the adamantium out of Wolverine, he went feral. But he just went out into the wilderness and started cutting down trees. He didn't try to kill anybody.
No, but how many times was he turned into a Weapon X program, or other mutants with mind control abilities and stuff like that? So it's I could see, especially with the dynamic between Logan and Professor X, that there is that this is the guy that's always been good to me through everything else. So I gotta try to save him.
Okay, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a life extinction event. You have the ability to stop it, and you don't.
I like this topic because what you just said did not aid you. It aided me a little bit more than you think.
No,
like I said, so the point of that story, the Old Man Logan series, the Logan movie, it's a tragedy. It's meant to be that all right. Again, somebody's walking around with basically the capacity of a nuclear bomb in them. That's always been X-Men. That's always been the story there. Is that you have all these superpowered individuals that that are dangerous to themselves and others, and how do you approach that from a humane angle? How do you look at them as still a human being, quote unquote, without objectifying them into just a walking weapon? So that's that would be a nearly impossible task for anybody, including the heroes of the stories.
Okay, well, here's what I want to get at deep down. In some of the X-Men apocalyptic events, they actually do it right. There was one where Dracula actually takes over the world and turns everybody into a vampire. And he goes to the extent of turning all the superheroes into vampires first. And they started wiping out everybody. Wolverine becomes a vampire. And since he's so OP as a vampire, he actually kills Dracula. He becomes a vampire king, and he starts wiping out shit. Who was that damn guy? Doctor Strange tries to go up against him. They kill him. But before they do, he goes into his spirit form, and he maneuvers things around where he has to kill Wolverine and kill everybody. Everybody who's a vampire dies because he makes the hard choice to kill everybody. He actually goes into Wolverine psyche and make him remember what he used to be before he became the Vampire King.
Yeah.
And through him, they wipe out everybody. They do the hard thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Going back to X-Men, where old man Logan, the bad thing for him to do was to kill Xavier before he starts killing off everybody. He should have killed him. He would have saved untold lives by killing one guy.
Yeah.
And he does not do that.
Well, we also know that the character of, Logan, of Wolverine, is that he's not, the epitome of the paragon of the heroic figure. He's very selfish, very self-centered,
He's very practical.
He is very practical.
Wolverine killed a kid because he was OP to the point where everywhere he went, people died. And since he had ultimate regenerative powers, he walked up to the kid, basically told the kid, "You're not coming out of this cave." And he killed him.
Yeah.
He had to do it. He was the only one to do it, and he did it.
Yeah.
Okay? That's who Wolverine is. He'll kill you if it's necessary.
Yeah.
He didn't do it.
Right, because again, that was the storyline, was that, it was the tragic...
Fire those writers. Fire them.
But you still could have had that tragic storyline, because it could have still been looked at from the point of view of Logan killing Xavier, someone he has known for so long. Like, you still could have had that. You could have made that a moment. Yeah.
Well, and I really should watch that movie at some point, but
arguing from a vacuum, that's not a good thing.
Well, I mean, I've read a lot about it just with the comparisons, because I did read the Old Man Logan comics, and I know that in that one there was the bigger plot point was that the Hulk was
family.
Maestro. And he was pulling a lot of the strings at that point, and was what was feeding the plot there. And not Green Arrow, what is Hawkeye with his nuke-tipped arrows and everything else. A lot going on in that comic, but so obviously you can't put all that into a 2-hour movie, on screen. So they had to shorten it up a little bit, and then like I said, you have that tragedy of the the bromance over the hundreds of years. Well, Logan being hundreds of years and Xavier being close to 100 years old at that point.
No, he's older than that.
Yeah,
but from the point of view of the comic books, about 100, 150 years old.
Yeah, so he's like I said, the only one that's ever been truly good and kind to Logan, and so being in a basically post-apocalyptic world at that point, to a guy like Logan, is it really even going to matter if Xavier's accidentally speeding up the end of the world? It's coming anyways, and if he's not dying from it, then what does he care? Other than just having that minor, maybe not necessarily guilt, but attempt at redemption of trying to save just one more person, someone that was good, genuinely good to him.
Jolly, what is your thoughts on that?
It's a tough decision because, like I said, that's almost like a father figure to him, how Xavier was to Logan. It'd be extremely hard, but you would, when he breaks down, if you were a good guy, I'm going to quote Mass Effect, Javik, she's like, "Do you think you're going to have your morals," trying to shepherd, "do you think you're going to have your morals at the end of this?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, whatever you choose." But it's like, yeah. And he was like, "Ask the dead if standing on their morals mattered, or if that's going to mean anything. Your silence is your answer. If you're a superhero, what needs to be done needs to be done." Like, I appreciate Xavier not wanting to get into people's minds and take away their free will. But if you know that someone's going to kill thousands and thousands of people, at the end of the day, you know what you need to do. Even though morally it's wrong, and it makes you kind of like an anti-hero. I think that's the right term for it.
To an extent, yeah. For the purposes of this, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, but it's like asking somebody to sacrifice up that part, that last little fragment of their soul that they got left.
Wait. Time out. Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Shepard was the guy that was...
he was the main character.
The main character.
Or he or she, depending on what character you built.
Now, I've never played any of the games, but I think I saw one anime from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Didn't he look like a whole ship full of people die
So
to save one person?
Like I said,
Well, hang on. Is that true or not true? I think he did that, right?
Well,
He said he was going to save a whole ship full of people.
And
but the government said, we need to save this one person because she's more important
this is the
than
anime.
all these other motherfuckers on this ship he was friends with.
Was that Shepard in that anime?
One of them was a little girl saying, wasn't he supposed to come back? He's supposed to come back as everything is falling.
This is an anime, a film, or a show. Okay, see, with that, the writers are writing it how it is. Now, if you're playing the game, you get to choose what you want to choose. So, like in the first one...
Fuck that. I mean, didn't he do that in the anime, though?
Well, is it canon?
No, so you're talking about Paradise Lost.
Tell us fact.
You're talking about Paradise Lost.
I don't remember the name of them.
I'm telling you that you're talking about Paradise Lost. And that's about James Vega, not Shepard.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a completely different character.
Okay.
But regardless, in the game, you choose how you want to go with it. There's on the first...
There are some inevitable points, like sacrificing the Batarians.
Yeah, you have to do that, if you got the DLC and stuff. That's the first game. The Destiny extension, which is a flagship of the Citadel fleet. The Citadel people, which sit there the whole time, fought you on if Saren's a good guy or bad guy. He's a bad guy. They agreed with it. Oh, the Reapers aren't real, Shepard. You're fucking crazy. Da-da-da-da-da. And they call for help. So you have the choice either sacrifice all these human ships to come to the aid of people that were stupid and didn't realize what they were doing, or save them. It damages, the human fleet at that point. What was the one Garrus said to him? He was like, I'm having a bad day, Shepard. This is 3. And he's like, what's going on? And Garrus goes, I have the choice. I can either sit here with as little ships as I have, which aren't enough even if I regroup, just enough to hold them back. I can send in these few ships and possibly try to hold off and get refugees out. Or I could sit there and forsake 5 solar systems. Let the Reapers just advance, take over save the people, get out if you fucking can. If not, you're fucking done. Pull the ships back, regroup with a bigger fleet, and then go in and possibly hold them back a little bit more stronger than you would if he just was like, let's protect these planets with the little ships we have.
Uh-huh.
So it's the choice, you know what I mean? And
what choice do you usually make?
See, okay, if you're playing the game first off, oh man, it's
depends on what kind of run
perspective. It's perspective. Now, if it was the first run through, I didn't know what the fuck's going on. I'm gonna say you save them people, but because I ran through it once and I run through it again, I know this threat is overarchingly the end of the fucking world. This is why I got pissed off with Game of Thrones the last season. Many other things I got pissed off about.
Whoa, stay
No, I am. You know what I mean? You said so many times, Jon Snow, the winter's coming. You know what I mean? And this is serious. Get the children down into the crypt. Shield them motherfuckers up. Bring them up. This is a world-ending event. If we fail, we're all fucking done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all dead anyways.
It doesn't matter. Now, is that horrible that you're arming kids to go out there and be cannon fodder almost? Yeah. But when you know the perspective and you know what needs to be done, if we don't do this and win, we're fucking toast. Everything possible. There's not any more. We're injecting people with super soldier serums.
What the fuck are you at now?
I'm
He went back to the Marvel universe now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's staying on track. You're not following.
I'm not following. We need to draw a fucking
Smoke,
map.
you need to
get better at debating and arguing things with ADHD people, man, because we've got like 6 different tangent threads right now. They're all circling the same point.
Okay.
Back to the main point.
If you say so.
The overarching point is
ADHD point of view.
The overarching point is
hard decisions.
Hard decisions. It depends. You could be the good guy and stand on morals. Xavier wants not to get into people's minds. and be like, whoa, this super mutant's about to go into Moscow. That dude, I've never heard of that dude, the guy that affects people. I've never heard of him. That's pretty badass. He knows this guy's about to go into Moscow Square. Sit here and do whatever he does and affect the whole people. So you're forsaking 10 million people. It's not that, but 10 million people in Moscow because you don't want to get into someone's mind and take away their free will.
I'm saying that if for a population of, say, 100 million mutants, and I got more than 6 billion people who don't like me or my people because we're mutants, my answer is Han Solo shot first.
And I get that.
I'm going to take you out first.
And I get that, but
how... You're every senator in the X-Men series that was like, all right,
no, I'm worse than every senator.
But let's look
I'm worse than every senator. I'm not lying to you and saying that we need to vote by committee to take these guys out because they're different.
You're just getting it done.
I'm talking about the guys
guy
that
on the other side going, you're trying to get me and vote on the committee. I'm going to get you before you get that committee vote done.
Right. No, I'm saying you're the guys that were secretly backroom funding all the Sentinel program just to push that out and wipe out all the mutants.
Worse. I'm the Magneto camp.
He is the mutant that is doing it before you get the chance to make a Sentinel.
Before you get a chance to push the button
and start this Sentinel program.
Yeah.
I'm killing.
He's on my side of it.
I'm killing all the scientists in the room. You won't have a chance to make those Sentinels.
Now, I do get that point. You know, these are your people and stuff. Now, back to the Moscow Square thing. No, whoa.
Okay.
This committee's getting ready. This committee's getting together. Now, instead of Xavier standing on his morals, he goes, alrighty, I'm going to get in this mind and just cripple him. I'm going to kill him right instantly. That committee finds out this. Which movie is that where they go back in time?
Days of Futures Past.
Days of Futures Past. That timeline ends up horrible. You know, humans start just destroying super mutants, or, oh my lord.
Supposedly because she kills somebody, and the top scientist creates the Sentinels from all the dead body mutants.
How differently would that go? How differently would that go if world government figures out, wow, he just forsaked one of his own to make sure we were okay, and I mean, he doesn't know, they don't know their fucking his morals, but just to be like, hey, wow, he took one of his own out just to make sure that we're okay. Maybe we're too hard on these guys. Yes, some of them are evil. Yes, some of them have bad days. They can just go into a square and fuck up an entire population.
In that timeline, they were the
I meant before then, but like before that happened. As the committee's getting ready to go and be like, hey, let's get this Sentinel program out.
Their mentality was that we will kill innocent children and mutants and everything because we need to eradicate all of the mutants because some of them are a threat.
But if Xavier goes, okay, I'm going to kill these people that are doing bad straight out the rip, not even fuck around with it before, I'm going to sense it, oh man, this guy's going to go do some bad shit. You're dead. Right then and there. They start seeing this and being like, wow.
I love how I literally lit a fire in the garbage can in the break room, and I'm just watching it burn in front of me. This is phenomenal.
You're like that firefly. Look at it burn. Look at it burn. It's burning up. And I got the fire extinguishers. Look at it burn.
Because how quickly it's slowly turning into, yeah, he could have just killed that one mutant.
Not even one, but just multiple.
But
you know what I mean?
So again, I circle back around to my original point, my hard line in the sand. One, you should never righteously ask someone to go against every one of their morals and principles just to do the right thing for the greater good, right? I am not a Spock from Star Trek.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or even the one.
Yeah, fuck that. I am not, so altruistic that I would sit here and say like, oh yeah, I'm just going to solve the problem by killing that guy with a thought, because again, that's not who Professor Xavier was.
But then at the end of the day, when you're sitting there in Worlds Past and you see your friends dying, you got a fucking spike through your chest and you're like, well, I could have stopped this. Let's go back to Mass Effect. You're sitting there on the Earth and going, wow, the Crucible ain't done. I could have definitely held him off more if I'd have not stood on my morals and just did what I needed to do. I could have held it off a little bit more and got this Crucible done and been done with it. You know what I mean? Your morals do mean something, and I do believe that you should stand on your morals. I try to the best I can in life. But when you know the perspective, like when you don't know the bigger picture, then it's easy to stand on morals. But if you know the bigger picture was like, once again, Xavier didn't, maybe he did. You know what I mean? Maybe he could he see the future? Or could he just get into minds?
Nah, he was a telepath.
Okay, so you could just get into mind. So he didn't know what was going to happen. But if you know the bigger overarching picture, I understand standing on your morals. But at the end of the day, I mean, look what happened. The world was halfway destroyed. How many humans died in that war, a future past, when the mutants tried to defend themselves on top of your own people, the mutants getting slaughtered left and right. You as Xavier are sitting there with that spike as you slowly fade out in his chest going, man, if I wouldn't have just stood on my morals and done what I needed to do.
I will give you guys an olive branch to this plot of this
Bring in a
conversation.
fire extinguisher, please.
He could have, if we were going with the whole Moscow example that you made, Jolly, instead of outright killing him or any mutant that is doing this threat, he could have simply taken control of them.
There we go.
And had them turn themselves in.
Or made a prison itself, because, I mean, no prison's holding off people like that.
Well, there very was.
Well, I got to say, hot damn, Jolly is finally awake.
Right.
Okay? I got to say.
I was still waiting on telling everybody about my movies, because I didn't ever get to tell what I thought about all the X-Men's yet, and I'm going to get into that here in a second.
No, your eyes are wide awake. You're not enough. You're in the now.
The garbage can was next to Jolly when I lit it on fire.
Got to
I got
admit
singed.
I
got singed a little bit. I'll tell you what, yeah, it woke me right the fuck up.
One more movie reference to push into here, right? Minority Report.
Ooh, future crime. I like that.
Uh-oh.
Pre-crime.
Is it truly justified stopping somebody with extreme prejudice before they actually commit the act?
Big Smoke. I've never watched this movie.
It's a bad premise of a movie. I'm not gonna lie.
It really
That's
is.
like arresting someone for speeding before they even got to their car in their parking lot.
Right.
That's basically what they do in this movie.
Yeah.
But, okay, now what's so funny, what I like about Minority Report in the sense is that the analogy where he says, when he takes the ball and he rolls it across the table and he catches it, he goes, will the ball have fallen? He goes, well, no, because you caught it. He goes, that's right. But it would have fallen had I not caught it.
Yeah.
That's what pre-crime is. Yeah. I know it says here in the future that you're going to kill this person. And I just got to you before you got to do it. So, yeah, I'm going to charge you for that crime before you did it. That's why we're locking you up.
Difficult.
Okay, now,
but
on
prevention versus,
I presume
pre-fucking trying and punishing somebody for a crime that they didn't commit.
Oh, hang on. Here's Big Smoke's response to that particular scenario. No, that it's not good for you to do that. Mm-hmm. Commit the crime, then we punish you because you already know that it's wrong to do it. You just decided to do it.
All right, but for the past 10 minutes now, you've been arguing, saying that Professor Xavier should have just shut that guy off because he knew he was going to do it.
No. No. That's a totally different scenario. That's apples to freaking, salamanders. Because for me, it's like this.
Granny Smith to delicious, Red Delicious, man.
No. Here's the respect.
You fry up a salamander, I tell you what, that shit's delicious too.
How we started this was, I'm a mutant. I know that you're plotting out in the open to get rid of me and mine. I want to live. I'm going to kill that motherfucker before he gets his chance. That's what I'm talking about.
Versus me being a violent criminal going, let's kill Jolly because he possibly in the future could be violent again. Is that what you're kind of saying?
No, I know that you're coming after me.
Well, that one,
and I want to live.
I'm at reversal.
Yeah,
on the other side.
I'm going to get you before you get me.
Right.
That's not. So now
that's the difference between self-defense versus...
Because it is self-defense.
Right, versus...
this is a difficult subject, I tell you.
Versus preventative measures, right? Preventative measures based off of assumptions.
No, this is war. This is the wrong play on words.
Okay, well, war is different.
Preventative is like... I'm going to treat the walls for mold so we don't get mold in here. We're not talking about that. We're talking about I perceive you as a threat and I'm going to get rid of you. Okay, from my perspective is you perceive me a threat, you are the threat and I'm going to get rid of you first.
But so if we circle back to the original starting point of Logan, where Xavier wasn't a threat to him because he was...
Logan was a threat. I mean, Xavier was a threat to everyone around him.
Except for Logan.
No, he was hurting Logan too. Logan just happened to have the ability to resist the effects long enough to put them really nice, sharp claws through his brain.
Okay, but he was relatively unaffected because he was able to recover quickly from the issue. And so you're saying that he should have, not acting in self-defense, but in preventive measure, because in that timeline, it's well past the war stage. It's after the war at that point. But you're saying he should have gave up on his opportunity, on what he saw as his one opportunity, one chance for redemption to save his friend out of a sense of righteousness and guilt, just in order to save a bunch of other people that were probably on the way out anyways. Because whatever the next disaster was going to be was going to get him.
No.
At that point in the film, if we're going on the film premise, like I said, I agree with him on that one, on Chief. Because they're all against you already. You know what I mean? There's no protecting someone that wants to be protected. You might as well just be like, hey, now what I was saying was, these people are on the fence. If you do the right thing and not stand on your morals and take someone down, maybe they'll look at you different. Maybe this community will get kiboshed because, hey, look, he was willing to do that. Maybe we can work with him and figure something out.
Well, no,
and that's where
in
down
the
the line,
Logan movie, we're already past that.
So I agree with you on that, Pat. If we're talking about the Logan movie, I agree with you. Don't kill them off. Try to do the best you can, because these people already hate you. You're not saving anyone. If anything, you're letting people die or getting the whole, like as you said, mind fucked. You're letting the whole block get mind fucked. These people already hate you. So what's it matter? You might as well stand...
No.
You might as well stand on your morals and not kill your friend.
You're shooting yourself in the foot with that. He is a danger to everyone around him.
That sounds like a scoreboard point for Chief there. It's converted jolly. Yeah. Who's next?
I'm sorry.
What's wild, though, is this started off the catalyst of me saying that Xavier is not a good hero.
He's not a good... Yeah.
He's not a hero.
He is a hero. He stands on his morals and principles to do objective good.
And now the cycle continues.
Now we're going back to here. I disagree with you because we're now in that present time where if he did the right thing, he can then maybe revert the future wars from happening and all of the mutant prejudice and slaying of all the mutants and all the humans that died in that war. If he just not stood on his morals and just killed them, or like I said, maybe a humane way, be like, hey, I can control this guy. Build this state-of-the-art prison that is dedicated for each cell to contain each individual person.
They did that with, what was the name of that island? It's like the Geneva Island or something like that.
No,
I don't remember.
It's like the Supermax prison that they have for mutants specifically.
Well, while you think of that, or look that up, that being said, with Xavier's power, how he takes over your mind, because he's a telepath, couldn't he more or less put a neurological block on your ability to use your ability?
Wow.
Because just like lifting your arm, that's a muscle reaction that your brain is telling your body to do.
He did something similar to
So
Rogue.
couldn't he do that to any major villain about to do something?
There we go. You're standing on your morals technically by not killing this person outright, but you are disabling him from doing that. He still can live his life. But
Or
if you disable the enemy's hand, he cannot press the button.
if you cut their fingers off, they can't shoot the gun. You know what I mean?
Or even to add on to what I'm saying, with that being said, he could also do the ability to completely make that person forget they are even a mutant to begin with.
He's done that too.
Yeah.
So that to me shows that he has the ability to choose a more passive method of stopping these mass threats and is actively still choosing not to do that.
Yeah, but then we circle back around to the morality of, like Jolly said, if you've already been labeled as a violent individual, then I go through with the prejudice of, or the bias of, I need to stop this person before they could potentially do something else. Until they've actually done it, who's to say that reformation hasn't taken place?
But
yes, I know that there are statistics that say that once you've done something so many times that you're basically irredeemable at that point. But
well, I mean, not just that, but
so the firm stance is the objective, morally good is that you do not take away somebody's free will. You do not take away somebody's self-governance.
So killing one person to a genocide is okay so long as you don't cross your moral boundary.
Kind of selfish.
I'm putting this on you, Chief. If that was you, you're not crossing your moral boundary to save one person or a genocidal amount of people.
Including your own people.
So either side of the fence, this is a no-win scenario.
I really like how they put it in the new Superman movie, in the 2025 Superman movie. He says he wakes up every day just trying to make the right decision the best he can. Mm-hmm. Right? That's all anybody can do. Right? To tighten it back into just the X-Men universe. Magneto's whole premise of forming the Brotherhood of Mutants and everything was because his whole viewpoint was that humans are capable of doing terrible things. Let's wipe them out before they wipe us out.
But he never does that.
But he tries. That's his whole game.
No, see, here's the bad thing about Magneto. Magneto's like, we need to get this entire coalition of mutants to protect ourselves. But they never get to the point where he's actually protect himself. Because if he actually had enough, firepower that he's gathered to themselves, he never unleashes that power on the rest of the populace. Because if he had done that, United States, China, Moscow, Liberia, anyone in freaking, he'd probably wipe out all of Colombia, Algeria, Argentina, all of those major governments that had anything even slightly negative about mutants would have been wiped out. He would have killed them instantly.
Well, to be fair, he was
first strike
trying to do a lot of that, and the X-Men kept stopping him.
The worst you got from that was X-Men 4 when he destroys a bridge and floats the bridge across the waterway to get at the secret base. No, he wouldn't have needed to do that. He would have simply had a couple of mean asses go in there and freaking tear their asses out before they realized it. There wouldn't have been a big giant show. Magneto was all about chess moves. He was strategic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first X-Men, he tries to do that thing at the Statue of Liberty that turns all humans into mutants. So then it
not all humans, just all the major leaders that was across the ocean in New York.
Oh, but there was that party going.
Yeah. He wanted to turn all of them into mutants. All the major players who were against mutants to begin with, he wanted to turn them all into mutants.
Yeah, which would
really ruin their day and their idea. Yeah, because they would be turning on themselves.
I like this topic.
A good moral debate is definitely a fun one.
Some people just need to be killed. I'm sorry.
My bottom line.
I'm not sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm just, some of them need to be killed. I mean, I got a 45. I'm pointing at you, Jolly, and I'm going to kill you in 30 seconds.
Why me?
Because you're closer.
Okay.
That
makes sense. That's easy. Statistics.
30 seconds. You're a goner. In between 1 and 29, you have to make the decision whether or not you're just going to let me pull the trigger or you're going to do something about it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Do something about it.
You're going to do something. If you know, and I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. You know it. There is no doubt.
Shadow of a doubt, yeah.
And I'm telling you the time frame in which that's going to happen. You got 28 seconds to either grab the gun, get out of the way, or kill me.
Yeah, the moral quandary then could go, you have the ability to stop it, Chief. You have the ability to kill Smoke. Are you going to do it?
And
to save Jolly?
No, he's not going to do it. He's going to let me shoot him. He's not going to do it.
Chief!
He still ain't said shit.
Formulating my response.
I mean, we have that protocol for that.
You got 30 seconds.
I've been nice to you. I've been.
Like I said, it circles back around to the perceived threat versus actual threat. Right? All right. So in this scenario, you're pointing a gun at him, saying you're going to kill him with the intention of killing him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That is a actual threat.
And
in that case, the response is to put you down or to stop you.
Okay.
All right. Now, in the original scenario of the guy who can spread plague from his fucking DNA showing up in Moscow, until he actually buys a plane ticket, shows up in Moscow, and starts heading into it, then he hasn't committed the crime yet.
So that brings back into play what I said. If this was you, are you going to sit by and let even one person die when you know that person's mind just went, I'm going to buy a plane ticket, I'm going to go and do this?
Me, no.
Well, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
But I was arguing from the standpoint of Professor Xavier.
And we already moved past that point. I moved it on to you.
Well, then, yeah. I mean, but my response is, put down the threat.
Okay. So then score one for me and Big Smoke.
Let me take the heat off of Chief. Like I said, and I'm, if you couldn't tell, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like, well, if it's in this universe or it's in this scenario, I do want to stand on my morals. It's easy when you know the big picture, what you need to do. But as a person,
Okay, so let's move it to you then. Are you going to do it? The same quandary I gave Chief. Are you going to do it or are you going to let it happen?
As he said, if I knew for a fact that this was going to happen, he made up his mind, I'd want to say yes, because I know he's going to do it Now, that's I'm gonna do it.
Very
But
shit.
I keep jumping around too. Like when I say like,
Yeah, you're jumping around off the fucking topic.
I know the Reapers are gonna do this. Well, we don't know though. So as the person playing through the game from the very beginning, I'm gonna choose save the colonists, save these little whatchamacallits, which isn't the right grand scheme. So I guess I'm on. Oh man, whose side am I on? Fuck. I don't even know what's going on right now. But like I said, it's easy to look at it when you know the full picture, but very rarely do people know the full picture of what's going on. Unlike what you said, Tech. If you know for a fact he's gonna do this, as you said, Smoke, you got a gun pointed at me, he's gonna do it.
I'm proud of everybody here.
This guy's been a loose cannon for how long? He's been threatening Jolly left and right. I think he's really going to do this. It needs to be put down.
I'm fucking disappointed, honestly.
Really?
Yes, because it took what hour 15 minutes to come up to the whole conclusion that Han Solo shot first. You kill that motherfucker before he does damage.
I think that's an incorrect summary of what just happened here.
Yeah, of course you do. But the fact is this. The fact is this. If your life is in danger, if people's lives are in danger that you love, or if there's someone down the street who's in danger and you know that you got just 2 pounds of trigger pull to stop that from happening, you pull the trigger, people. You pull it. You don't wait. You kill that bitch.
We are not promoting or inciting violence.
No, yes.
No, we are definitely promoting the very ruthless and lethal defense of your life and others. This is not.
To back up my point that I said is an inaccurate summary is that the first half hour of this conversation and debate was whether Wolverine was in the right of not killing Xavier.
Yes.
He wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't. He should have killed that bald, mentally deficient motherfucker.
I have a question.
Go ahead. I love these questions.
Different scenarios. As I said, it's at that point. I already said it. You know that no one, they don't like you. So why the fuck are you gonna? You know what I mean? Chief, yes.
May I get my point across up here?
He doesn't need to interrupt.
We will
but
try.
He's interrupting. Okay, so go ahead. What do you got to say, Chief?
Can I finish? Why does it have to be Logan that puts down Xavier?
Because he's the only one who can.
Okay, why is that
And
his
he's
problem?
there.
That one there too.
Why is it that his? Why is
unless Dracula's gonna do it?
Why is that his problem?
Because he can do it. Okay, the first time that Xavier goes through the psionic blast, he kills many people just with the unleashing of his uncontrolled powers. Mm-hmm. The second time he does it, he's in a I think it's an apartment or a hotel room, and he's completely neutralized everyone in the immediate area, and the only one who's able to move is Logan. Mm-hmm. Logan literally has to crawl by cutting holes into the wall to get up to him. He should have put that claw on his head right then. Right then, he would have ended that scenario that quick. He should have done it, but what he does is they incapacitate him again, and they drag his limp noodle ass out of there. That's what they did. They ran. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have to run if you just simply put a couple of 9-inch nails through his head. He would have been done with no more suffering. And more importantly, he's not a threat to the local populace. They had his ass stuck in the middle of basically a Faraday cage, a psionic Faraday cage, doped up so he wouldn't have any more accidental outbursts. They had to completely segregate him from society by hundreds of miles just to keep him from being a danger. Mm.
And by your own admission, Chief, him doing it once, whether by accident or not, would warrant some action drastically to be done.
Correct. And like I said, I
put him down.
My own personal view on it, my own personal opinion on it is that, yes, Logan should have put down the threat. It would have been a kinder thing to end Xavier's suffering. Is it Xavier or Xavier? I keep saying Xavier, but I think it's
either
Xavier.
way. They know what we're talking about.
But to put it back to the secondary or tertiary fucking scenario that we promoted with Big Smoke pointing a gun at Jolly. Do I do something about it? Why the fuck isn't Jolly doing something about it?
Look at me.
I am.
Okay, that's
right. You are 1.75 times my size, sir.
That doesn't mean something. I'm going to go to grab his hand and get like this and totally miss.
Survival of the fittest. Why weren't you carrying a gun?
The
that's a low
sign
blow.
outside our building kind of tells us we're not allowed to carry weapons on the premises.
That's security
And I'm
personnel.
legally.
And that's why all the bad guys go there, because they know that 98% of the time there ain't somebody with a gun on the premises.
And legally, I'm not allowed. So I don't know where you're getting at with this.
What I'm getting at is why does it have to follow? Why is the automatic moral justification that I have to do something about it instead of giving you the opportunity to grow from the experience and do something about it yourself?
Because in 29 seconds, he's not going to grow from the experience. He's going to be a splatter on the couch.
Like I said,
It shouldn't have been sand.
on that scenario with Logan, I do agree with you, Chief.
On the you getting capped.
No.
Probably don't agree with me.
That Xavier should be brought down. Wait. No. That Xavier shouldn't be brought down because at that point it didn't matter.
My original point of saying that, why would Logan worry about it considering the damage had already been done?
Well, I agree with him on the point where he said he was the only one to do it. No one else can mentally
Withstand
that. So it was up to him. That's like Superman. We'll say no other Superman or no other super person in the world can stop this massive ass comet from coming and hitting the world, just killing everyone. But he goes, well, why can't somebody else do it? Well, you're the only one to do it. You're the only one that's the man of steel. You're the only one that can get up there and knock that comet.
It's a good thing Superman can survive in space.
The cosmos should do whatever it needs to do and not be bothered.
But Logan has never been depicted as the altruistic type.
We're not only going from, who should do it? We're going from Marvel to DC.
I was going to say, shit, yeah, we brought it back to Superman, yeah. It's just like last episode.
I mean, obviously the overarching conversation here is morality of violence.
Yeah. And situational.
When is it right? When is it wrong?
Knowing. It's easy to choose something and stand on your morals when you don't know the full picture. But when you know the full picture, as I described in multiple different things, it's more simple to be like, well, I know this is going to happen, so it needs to be done.
I actually have a really good real-world example for this.
So do I. I want to hear yours, though. Go ahead.
Okay. So I believe the guy's name is Billy Waugh.
I'll put more paper in the dumpster so we can catch it on fire now.
Yeah.
We need more fuel.
So Billy Waugh, one of the leading guys that basically created special forces in the military. Right? I mean, this guy's worked with everybody from CIA and mercenary teams to founding from the SOG group and everything else.
Yeah.
He was doing some kind of espionage mission over in the Middle East. I can't remember the exact specifics. Fat Electrician does an excellent video on it. But basically, dude was within backstabbing distance of Osama bin Laden before 9/11 happened.
Okay.
All right, and he knew from watching these guys for a few weeks, a couple months, what he was capable of, what they had going on, and what they were kind of an inkling of what they were about to do. But he had his separate job that he was doing. He wasn't there for him; he was there for somebody else.
Okay.
But he had the capacity, he had the opportunity to put this guy down before he became a bigger threat.
Okay.
But he didn't.
This is basically no different than the mustache man argument. That's all you're basically doing is you just changed the mustache man for Osama.
Yeah.
That's all you did.
Who the fuck's the mustache man?
We can't say his name.
Kim.
Oh, sorry.
That's where most moral quandary debates on do you take action or do you not start from.
Oh, yeah. If you had a time machine, would you go back in time and kill baby H-Man?
Yeah, okay. World War One. I can't remember who he was, but it was the man that made the whole tank. They came up, supposedly, this is his story. I think the Germans were retreating from the trenches. The guy that patented the whole, I think, tank program. I might be getting a little bit. He raises his gun up at his German. His German turns around, and it is the mustache man.
Yeah.
Right then and there, he could have ended it.
And he chose not to fire
because he chose not to fire because he was retreating. Mm. And his morals said, well, I can't shoot this guy.
He's
running away. But how many countless thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people, millions of people, on soldiers to civilians to the segregated.
Sorry, doesn't apply.
Yeah. One, you have no way of knowing that one random ass soldier in a fucking trench is running away with shit in his pants.
I see where he's going, but Yeah, I mean, you guys are right with what you're saying, but I see where Jolly's going.
I was
with
just
it.
backing up your
Yeah.
tech. Yeah.
He was just providing more to the argument of
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
a moral
real world,
quandary.
yeah.
Okay, but it's real easy to grandstand whenever you know the outcome already.
Yes.
Right?
And that's what I was saying. That's what I kept saying. It is, like I said, that's why I keep bouncing back to being like, oh man, Big Smoke, I agree with you. Oh no, Tech or Chief, I agree with you. Because, like I said, if you know the overall picture, then it's an easy decision. Yeah. If you don't, it's necessarily not.
Well,
But
like from your own admission with the whole Mass Effect thing, on your first run through, you're going into it blind.
Blind, yeah. I made so many fucked up choices. But then the second one, I knew what we were fighting against, and I knew Grissom Academy kids, get battle ready. You know what I mean? Get ready.
Yeah. But so that's my point though, is that like you try to make the best decision in the moment, but can you really vilify a guy for sticking to his morals, not knowing the outcome? Right now, we point fingers at Logan for not putting down Xavier. Point fingers at Xavier for not putting down bigger threats.
That's an easy scenario for me, just because you're not helping anybody but the enemy. So I would agree with you on that one.
But at what point do you become so bad yourself that at that point, you know, what's to stop Xavier from just being like, all right, I'm going to rule this planet now because nobody makes good decisions, and I'm just going to make all the decisions for everybody.
That's objective, honestly. I'm going to quote Jurassic Park on this one. You know, to a canary, a cat's a monster. You're just too used to being the cat. You know what I mean? Uh-oh.
I do not think that's...
Yeah, I like that. I like that saying,
I like the saying too. I
still
lost
see how
it.
it applies.
If you could tell, I lost it halfway there myself, too.
Look,
To a canary, a cat is a monster.
Yes.
Yeah, you said that part correctly. I'm just trying to figure out
but we were
the
too used to being the
application.
cat, so it's...
you're not used... You don't see yourself as the monster, is what he's saying.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But
Thank you.
what I'm getting at this is this. You guys are too hardcore hooked up on trying to be the good guy. Not you in particular, Tech, but I'm just saying you got to do the hard thing sometimes. It's gonna mess with you. You're gonna feel it forever, possibly. But it has to be done sometimes, and sometimes there's no one else around to do it. I mean, I would just love to sit here and eat my hamburger and watch someone else do the hard thing and possibly go to jail for the rest of his life. But maybe I'm the only one close enough, near enough with the
tools and the capability to do so.
It has to be me. It has to be me. And what really cracked me up is that I gave this guy 28 seconds basically to do anything to prevent himself from getting shot.
Could have ran away. Could have.
And
it's a fucking
everybody
gun.
is like,
I ain't running away. He's just shoot me in the back.
but look,
Cover and concealment, man.
look, see, 28 seconds.
Bob would weave.
28 seconds, and around the room, it's like, who's going to do something? Are we going to do something?
Is it morally correct to not or to do? Or?
Yeah, people are thinking of all this
Damned
stuff.
if you do, damned if you don't.
People are thinking of all this other stuff other than putting one right here between my eyes or tackling me or something. No one thinks of this crap. No one. Everybody's like, "Whoa, should we?"
Yeah, you could be having a bad day, and if Chief would be like, "Hey, Big Smoke, you don't want to do that to
Did
Jolly."
he have his coffee this morning?
Yeah. Jolly's a good guy. He's been cool with you, and then it's like, you know what? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have pulled the gun on him. You know what I mean? You're right. I'm having a bad day.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's gonna be thinking.
No, that's what. I think the whole Logan thing's a bad example, just because, like I said, they're enemies. That's like an alien race attacking us, and I'm up in their ship, and Wolverine and Xavier's up in their ship, and it's like, this isn't morally right. Even though they're aliens attacking us, they're still beings. So I don't want to put my claws in them, or I want to put my claws in them and end it. Who the fuck cares? They're not the good people. So I just feel like that's a bad example. Well, back to the other examples. It is an extremely hard choice to either stand on your morals or not stand on your morals. I like to think, well, once again, you got 30 seconds. You don't have time to accrued data, analyze, figure out. You got to act right then and there. I'm not the person or strong enough probably to make that decision.
That's probably the best answer that I can accept.
Yeah. Honestly, and that's the
I mean, there is a reason why that has
it.
to be drilled and trained into people that do that as a profession. You know, it's...
Yeah.
I think that's the most acceptable answer that I could actually hear from this very unique and,
diverse bunch.
Diverse cast.
Yeah, this very unique and wonderful form we have here. Sometimes people just don't have it in them to do what needs to be done. Mm-hmm. I'll accept that.
I'd like to think
Full
I hope.
stop.
I'd like to think I hope I do, but I don't. That's you hear people all the time. Man, if I was over there in Baghdad, I'd take out this or that, or I'd run up and save them. You have never experienced bullets flying over your head. You can say this and that, and you can. That's what I mean. You're hung down in the trench, and it's a different scenario. It's a different thing. Most people are going to turn tail and run. That guy, your buddy's up there screaming, "I need help!" There's a very select few that will actually go, well, I could get up here and die. I'm going to go save him. Without a doubt, not thinking about it, run. It's a different scenario, and I hate when people... That's just an example. I hate when people say, like, man, if I was up there in Iraq, I'd have took down me a whole load of them dudes. You know what I mean?
I zoned out and came back to this.
Oh.
I have those moments just about every episode, and it's wild.
I couldn't even tell you how we got to where we are right now.
Well, to be fair, Jolly was talking, so it's...
It was even before that.
You're hard on the
being
tangents,
downtrodden. I got guns pointed at me. This is ridiculous.
Jolly, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Because we haven't touched on this topic yet. Would the consideration of what would happen to you after you stopped Big Smoke from committing a violent act cross your mind?
Oh, absolutely. I would absolutely be devastated. I say that all the time. When I was allowed to carry, if someone would come up to me and try to take my life, I would not hesitate or my family, I would not hesitate. And I know that for a shadow of a doubt. I don't care. I know how I am. I know how I act, and I don't seem like that person. I do not give a fuck. If you got family, 10, 20, 30 babies at home, you are drop dead right the fuck there. Without a shadow of a doubt, if you're trying to take my life. Afterwards, oh yeah, I'm going to bawl my eyes out. It'll be the worst experience of my life. But at the end of the day, you try to take my life, and you are not doing that.
But now, what happens after you've cried your eyes out and everything's said and done, and then they start coming after you for murder charges or aggravated assault or whatever the case may be?
Get the best lawyer you can get.
I was about to say at that point. I mean, okay, you're in the right at that point. There's some situations where you tell the truth, but you're in the wrong. Kudos. You know what I mean? But when for a shadow of a doubt you're in the right, you fight with every fiber in your body. You spend as much money as you can on a lawyer. You defend yourself as best you can.
Go fund me.
Yeah, go fund me. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, but mentally, are you going to be messed up? Oh my God. Or me? Of course. I'm going to be absolutely devastated.
Okay,
That's
so now let me put it off of the self-defense aspect.
Okay.
All right. Now, let's say your woman has got a gun pointed at a complete stranger, and you're the only one that can stop her, but it means putting her down to save the stranger's life. Because that's what was happening in Logan between Logan and Xavier.
Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
Can I grab her arm?
Nope. You got to either put her down to end the threat to the innocent bystander.
See, that wouldn't be standing on morals as much. That would mean just
it's a hard decision.
It is an extremely hard decision.
Yeah, and so that's not. And that whole movie was not about morals. But if we look at
I would let her do that. I would let her do it, and that's just because my unconditional, absolute love for her.
You'd probably help hide the body.
I would. You know,
I
already
what I mean? Dug the hole. What are you talking about?
And that's why Logan didn't give a shit about other people dying, and he was trying to save Xavier. Yeah.
Like I said, I come back to that. That is a horrible example, just because it's like being on the alien ship, as I described, which is a horrible example. I make horrible examples all the time. I know I do.
You'll get better eventually.
Yeah, I'm loving this.
Hey, 29 years, and I still haven't. We're hoping one day.
Yeah, but you haven't been trying to make these kinds of arguments.
Yeah, but like I said, that's a horrible decision. Back to like I said, and we cut it off there. It just, I don't think I'm strong enough. I don't think I'm man enough to make that decision. Now that scenario you gave me is pretty simple. That cuts too deep for me. But
so you're saying that there's a justifiable reason to not do the altruistically right thing?
No, that's absolutely wrong. I deserve to be put away for accessory to murder. Absolutely. I'm not justifying it whatsoever. I'm just saying what I will do in that context.
Did you just make Logan and Xavier gay?
Who? Did I?
No.
You said
me?
If he was like his woman,
yeah.
When he killed
somebody close to him.
Kind of sound like he made him gay, but okay.
That was that was a good I like how this subject turned out. It got a rouse out of me. It got a rouse out of everybody. I really like that. That was good.
It's gonna be good content.
That was good showmanship. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A lot of people.
So when do we get the new break room?
when I can find
Well,
one I can
you'll find
afford.
one.
I don't know. Yeah, this one.
I've had
Man,
two-
you guys really need to like, comment, and subscribe on this. I really,
At this point, it's a joke now.
Yeah,
Go to
yeah,
Coffee Bean.
yeah.
And give us some money. You can correct me now, Chief. You can correct me.
apparently, we're just wrapping this one up. You know, you guys making decisions for me now. But,
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you did say it was 3 vote.
I did say that. It's fair. All right, I've been outvoted. All right, well then, yeah. If please show your love and support. You can follow us on Facebook at Nightwatch Podcast. If you want to show a monetary financial contribution, you can go to the coffee page, ko-fi.com/nightwatchpodcast. Help us keep funding this and rolling it out for as long as we can, good or bad.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like,
and
comment,
Hit
subscribe.
that bell button.
Yeah, get those engagements up. Get YouTube and Google aware of who we are.
Yes,
damn it.
please.
Yeah, that's gonna. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and iHeartRadio, as well as Podbean as our.
And one last thing
I
before
did not know about the iHeartRadio one.
One last thing before I say my goodbyes. We love you, Steph. Goodbye.
Steffi.
That's gonna do it for this shit, folks. Have a good night.
Aloha.
I love yous.
All right, time to empty out the mop bucket, run the trash, and hit the lights. Go get off my time clock and be safe getting home.